Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Howell Fitness.
You are so bad.
For Cody the Hammer Howell to attempt a squat.
Alright guys, some training from Monday. This is my last warm-up set of squats here. It was squats and deadlifts for the main two movements. Worked up to what was supposed to be 370 for 4 sets of 4, and I'll explain as we get into the working sets. That was just a double with 325, last warm-up, and here's my boss.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Howell Fitness.
You are so bad.
For Cody the Hammer Howell to attempt a squat. Let's watch and see what he does.
And here's my first working set. As you can see, it's 360, not 370. I was just thinking that was what I was supposed to be using this day, so that's what I loaded onto the bar. Fortunately, I did realize it after this set, which went really smoothly, which is good. It should have, because I did sets of 5 with this same weight last week. And that's the first set.
This just in, Cody will be attempting more weight on the next set.
And I didn't actually know what my boss said there until later when I watched the video, and oddly enough he was right, because I did not load the correct weight the first set. So here's my second set. I'm using 370 as programmed. Everything still went smoothly. It was really just kind of felt sick this day too. I don't know. I don't think I got quite enough sleep, and I've kind of had a sore throat and just a bunch of minor symptoms over the last week or so, and this was just kind of the worst day. Now that I'm recording this on Tuesday, I feel a little bit better, so I think things are looking up from here. This is set 3 with 370 here. The second set with 370, the third working set. Still just getting 4, and definitely trying to focus on keeping my head at least somewhat pointed down. Some of you might have noticed, most of you probably didn't, because it's just not that big of a deal for most people, but it can put your spine in a little bit of an unfavorable position. So just decided to make that one of my focal points right now. And on this last set here, I decided, instead of trying to load more weight onto the bar to equate for total volume or total tonnage, I just did an extra rep. So that actually put me well over the total volume / tonnage that I was supposed to get this day. And someone commented recently and asked me if I meant tonnage at one point when I'd said volume. But volume can mean either sets times reps or sets times reps times weight, and it is quite regularly used to mean the latter, especially by myself and most of the channels I follow. So if I say volume, it usually means sets times reps times weight. And here are my deadlifts. I had 375 for 4 doubles, and I did turn my feet out a little bit more this time. Felt a little bit more comfortable. These loose shorts don't really help you see what my legs are doing. It looks like my legs are kind of straight to begin with, but they're really not. I actually have the opposite problem. I sit back a little bit too much at the beginning and get into pretty much the exact same stance that I would squat from, and that's not quite appropriate for me. Still working on it, but definitely getting better and definitely getting stronger. The weight moved really well this day. And I did not use any communist plates this time. No 35s. I got my lunch packed up, my boots tied tight. I hope I don't get in a fight. I sincerely apologize for that, guys. That's the new sandwich case, I guess you can call it a sandwich case, that I got to take sandwiches to work in. So I was pretty happy about it. This is my last warm-up set of bench here with 205. And then it was 4 sets of 4 with 225. I did not use the incorrect weight today. And I filmed all 4 working sets of bench press this day. Wasn't able to film OHP. After that, I also did some triceps using a rope attachment on the cables, and I did that behind the head. And I supersetted that with curls the same way, just had the rope attached at the bottom and did curls from there. And I've shown the second of those exercises before. Everything went well there, and then I did some sprints later on in the day, and I decided to do those inside using the sled at this gym. It was kind of cloudy, looked like it might rain outside, and I just didn't want to get that hot. It's like 95 degrees in the middle of the day right now, so just didn't want to put myself through that today, so decided to do them inside. And you will see the 6th, 8th, and 10th sprints with the sled coming up. But that was my 3rd set of bench there, 1 to go. And I didn't mention this earlier, hopefully it's not too confusing for me to mention it now. On Monday when I did squats and deadlifts, I also did pull-ups just with body weight, and I just did 35 total, and there was no particular sets and reps scheme. I was just trying to get to 35 total, and I did that. Here are the sled sprints, and as you can see, this is number 6, so I'd already done 5 at this point. It's already slowing down quite a bit. I was resting about a minute to a minute and a half between the rounds, and then after the first 5 I rested about 4 minutes, and then you saw number 6 and number 8 there. This is the very last one coming up. And after this, after I'd showered and everything, I had a little break at work, so I decided to go get some coffee and listen to the newest episode of Lane Norton's Physique Science Radio podcast. They had Dr. Mike Zordos on there. Highly recommend that episode. But if you've made it this far, I appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and don't if you didn't. I'll talk to you next time.